Hello, good evening. Welcome to day 2 of Breakup Advice. My name is Irina Shekhovtsov. I am transformational coach, certified in NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnotherapy. And yesterday I went live and shared with you a little bit about what is breakup, what is it all about, how does it work, and the beliefs that we're forming when we grew up, when we're little kids between ages 0 and 7. We have certain sets of beliefs, programs, and things that are running in our brain, in our head. And it's not to say something is good or bad, it just is. And what happens is when you grow up with those beliefs, when you become older, you might have different... hello. As you grew up with those beliefs that you inherit from your parents, from your caregivers, from your educators, sometimes the beliefs that you inherit are negative. And what happens is, then the rest of your life you get to live out those beliefs. Sometimes you might notice a certain pattern in your relationship, or maybe you're getting a certain kind of job that you don't want, or maybe you get into a relationship with people you don't expect to have a relationship with. And so on, it goes on and goes on until you realize something is not working. And negative beliefs could be something like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't feel appreciative. And it's important that we need to let go of those beliefs if we want to change our life. What happens most of the time when we grow up, when we're little kids, we have a preset view of how life is supposed to be. You know, you get born, you go to school, you study, you're gonna get a job, you start a family, you live your life, you work, and then you retire. That's kind of a normal progression. But what happens if there is a negative event that enters your life? What happens if there is trauma that occurs? Usually at that state, you start reevaluating where is your life is going, and you start asking yourself those questions. What is this all about? Is this life? Is this what it's all about? Doing day in and day out and not being present and just going through hardships and breakups and not feeling as a whole anymore. So it's important to change our beliefs if you want to recover after breakup, after divorce. And that's what I help women do, recover after breakup and divorce, to find their true identity. Because what happens most of the time, you spend your lifetime dedicating yourself to another person, to the family, to kids, and then you came out of the relationship that was for a long time. You lose your identity. You don't know who you are anymore. You think you are someone else's mom, you're someone else's dad. But who are you as a person? Have you ever asked yourself that question? What are you? What are you all about? What is your purpose? I started asking myself those questions when I was after my breakup. And it's been a difficult journey ever since, but I have recovered, and now I'm sharing the steps I took to get me here today and talking in front of you, because I'm an introvert and I'm slowly recovering and becoming the extrovert. Because life is too short to go on living unhappy. Life is too short to not follow your dreams. Life is too short feeling miserable, feeling sorry, living in a victim mindset. We can change that. We can change our mindset. We can change our life. We can be the captain of our soul, of our destiny. And how do we do that? By changing our beliefs. How do you change your beliefs? First, it takes for you to recognize that however you were living your life is no longer working. It doesn't suit you anymore. So at times as an accepting where you are first, recognizing that, and then taking a look at your life, how your life has been, where has it led you to this point where you are, and not to beat yourself up about it, but recognizing that the choices that you made have led you to where you are today, but it's never too late to change your life. Once you acknowledge what has happened, how you can change it. So what you can do to change your beliefs is surround yourself with people who see the best in you. turn away from news, negative news, and protect your circle of friends, protect your circle of people who are around you. Who do you allow in? Do you allow toxic people in your life? Do you allow toxic relationships that take a toll on you? And sometimes maybe you have a partner or you have a spouse and you can just shut them out, but put yourself as an observer of a situation. Don't be inside of it, and see how it develops. See how your feelings and emotions, what are they all about? And or if you don't have a positive circle of people, find it, make it a priority for yourself, because you are 5 people who you're surrounded with. This is who you become in the end, in the long term. If you have people dragging you down, in the end you're gonna be dragged down, you're gonna give up. So build that positive circle of friends who lift you up, who see the better version of you within yourself. Another thing you can do is write a story of how you want your life to be. What kind of beliefs you have had up to this point in your life, beliefs that weren't serving you. Write it down. Make it, take a list, piece of paper and separate in 2 parts. On one part, write your negative beliefs that brought you to this point. And on the other side of the list, write down all of the positive beliefs that you can change. And when you're talking about, it's all about self-reflection, because sometimes we just go through life checking boxes off and doing things for the sake of doing things. We don't evaluate those things. So it's important to reflect, it's important to journal, and to have that communication with yourself, kind of to see, okay, this is the belief I have. What are my position about it? How did it came about? Is this my personal belief, or did I inherit it from someone else? Did it come from a parent, from a figure of authority? Because what happens in life, when we are in school, when we are little kids, we are taught to never question authority, to always comply with what is being given to us. So it becomes difficult sometimes to unravel that puzzle, unravel that box, and recognize that the belief that you had to this point is no longer working, and it's time to change. It's time to make a change about it. So reflect on your beliefs. Where do they come from? Have they been serving you up to this point in your life? Or have they led you to the direction that you are not happy with? Because I have been once living with those negative beliefs. Immediately after my breakup happened, I was faced, I had a newborn and a 5-year-old, and I didn't know how to move forward. I didn't know how to continue. I would drop one kid off at one school and another at another, and I would bawl my eyes out as I took the train to work, rushing all the time, and wondering, asking myself this question: is this what life is all about? Getting from point A to point B without realizing what is going on, without being present or happy, and just simply fulfilling daily obligations and ticking boxes off. And I realized, not immediately, but at some point I realized that I cannot live like that any longer, because I need energy. I need to be happy, because if I'm not happy, if I'm not filling my container first, how am I showing up for other people? It's not gonna be any good. I'm not gonna be a good mom, or a good person, a good sister or daughter or employee to anyone if I'm not taking care of my needs first. And so I started doing things for myself, like doing things that make me happy, taking care of my body, setting time aside to set an intention for the day. And in further videos, and tomorrow and what will follow, I will be sharing more of my story and more of the tips and things that I did for myself to recover and thrive after breakup. And you can do so too. If you have been in a long-term relationship, if you have been through divorce or a breakup, and you find yourself lost, you have a loss of identity, you feel lonely, you feel unappreciated, you feel not good enough, you don't have to feel like that. You are not alone. And I'm going to share with you the things I did to recover little by little, taking one step at a time, coming in and doing things that matter, doing things that make you happy, fulfilling your life, and not simply living away, but actually being present to life's events, being not just checking things off. Because I remember when my daughter was little, when I was still married, and when she made her first steps or uttered her first words, I still remember the feelings I felt and how present I was, which was totally different when I had my son. Yes, I was there, but I wasn't there emotionally, I wasn't there mentally. I was simply there. But life is too short, and it consists of those little things that makes life worth living, these little moments of joy, of presence that you need to recognize. Because think about it this way, you know how they say the present moment, the present is like it's a gift to be present. So every day you take is a gift. Every morning you wake up, the fact that you woke up is already a gift. And we need to be grateful for those things that are working in our life, that are beautiful in our life. Maybe it's a smile on your child's face, or maybe you saw sunrise, or maybe the fact that you woke up and breathing and walking. Because a lot of times we take things for granted, inconsequential things that we think nothing of. Like, for example, I dislocated my knee and I didn't worry about the fact that walking, it's just walking, it's simple enough. But until you lose something, you start appreciating how much it was worth to you. So be grateful for the things that are going well in your life. In the midst of despair, in the midst of anxiety and depression, there are always things to be grateful for. There are always things that are meaningful that you can appreciate on. And when you focus your attention on things that are going well in your life, you will have more of those things show up. So keep that in mind. How to change your beliefs. This is what we are talking about today. Surround yourself with positive people. Write out beliefs that you have up to this point and what did they do in your life today. Did you inherit those beliefs? Did they come from someone else? Are they your own? And have they led you to the place in life where you are happy with where you are? Hi, Maya. Hello. Hi. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Yes. So today we're talking about how we change our beliefs when we're coming out of a breakup, when we have a lot of negative things that are happening in the life, how we recognize what are those things and how we need to change our beliefs. We need to change our negatives and make them positive. Surround yourself with positive people. Make a list of beliefs that are not serving you. And where did they come from? Did they come from a figure of authority? Did they come from you? How do they come about? Do things that make you happy. Oftentimes we underestimate the power of a hobby, the power of things that are amazing in your life. Feeling grateful, practicing gratitude practices. Doing that for yourself. Filling your cup first, because how you show up to others is gonna majorly depend on how you show up for yourself first. What kind of intention you set for yourself in the morning when you wake up. What kind of things do you want to accomplish? And who do you want to show up as? When a tough situation enters your day, how do you want to react to it? And do you want to react to it? Do you want to be in a reactive frame of mind? Or do you want to be in a positive frame of mind? How you enter it, it's all comes to that point. So in a series of subsequent series, I'm going to be coming out live and talking more about thriving after breakup, after coming out of long-term relationship. How do you thrive? How do you get over that hump and stop feeling depressed or anxious and stop thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen in 10, 20 years from now, and be present. I'm going to be sharing more of those tools and techniques that you can implement in your life today. Feel happy, feel thriving, feel awesome with where you are, and how to take that upon yourself. I'm going to be sharing more about that in a subsequent lives that's going to I'll be joining you guys in the mornings, probably starting with tomorrow. It's going to be morning broadcast directly to you by me, and you can leave your questions, suggestions in the comment box below. Questions about how to come out of a breakup, how to be happy again, because that's what I wanted when I came out of my own breakup. I didn't want to feel depressed. I didn't want to feel broken. I wanted to be happy. And what was that happiness? Of course, everyone has their own degree of it, what it is for you. And I'm not forcing upon you anything, but you can post your questions below and decide what that happiness level is for you. And I will be sharing more on that tomorrow. Join me in live at 7 a.m. tomorrow, where I'm gonna be sharing with you more about breakup recovery, about resilience, believe in self, and how do you actually recover? What are the things necessary to make you do that? Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you an awesome rest of your weekend. Sunday, I know it's already late at night here on the East Coast, but wherever you are, have an awesome day. You are limitless. Believe in yourself. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.